You know, I'm still thinking of that Italian teenager who's on the verge of becoming a saint. And I'm thinking of, do they have categories like that for, let's say, Wall Street or stock watchers? I would certainly put Kenny Polcari on that list. He's a SlateStone Wealth chief market strategist. His saintly, divine readings of market swings back and forth is legendary and dare I say, apocryphal. Kenny, good to see you, my friend. This Italian kid about to become, you know, a saint, you know, for those of Italian-American ancestry, what a proud moment for us. But I digress.
That was a great story.
Isn't that amazing? So, and obviously, it's a nice segue to Bitcoin, which is having a heavenly jump right now. I'm done with these analogies, I promise. But what is behind this? I mean, we're waiting for it to get to $100,000 a coin. But it's following its own drummer, all the naysayers and everything else, and it keeps going and going. Volatile investment, not for the faint of heart, as you've often reminded me. But, you know, this thing was trading in the 40,000 area back last fall, and here we be. What do you make of this?
Right. So I think a bunch of it is the realization that, you know, if Trump got in, he you know, less regulation. He's a supporter of crypto. That Gary Gensler, who's been kind of pushing back, would be out. That would lead the way to somebody that was more crypto friendly. And so I think that was building, right? And then ultimately, when it finally happened, when the election happened, this thing went from, you know, 70,000 to nearly 99,700 in a matter of what's it been, 2.5 weeks? And now I think we're just close to that big 100,000, which is a big round number. So it's going to go there. They're going to push it there just because it's that big round number. But then I suspect that maybe it's going to churn a little bit, right? Kind of digest this massive move that it's had over the last 2.5 weeks.
You know what's weird, too, Kenny? Normally, rogue investments, as this was considered, they say that oftentimes about gold and silver, platinum, but they've all been going up. The stocks have been going up. All the major market averages went up this week. The Dow's at a record. There's usually a dividing point. What would bring that on?
Listen, I thought we were going to have the dividing point after, you know, we had that rush of a rally post the election. I thought, okay, it's gotten stretched a little bit that we need to digest, and it doesn't seem to want to come. But I think what's going to happen, what the catalyst is going to be, is I think it's going to be more geopolitical than it is going to be economic. I don't think, you know, it's going to be the Fed meeting next month. I think the Fed is making it very clear to the markets and to investors that they're probably not going to do anything next month. I think they want to get the markets prepared for that so that there's not this overreaction. And as we move into the end of the year, I think it's going to be much more a geopolitical issue that's going to cause the markets to halt and trade back a little bit and digest. I think it's going to be
the rule of thumb, though, during presidential election years is they do go up. 9 times out of 10, it continues into the first half of the next year. Do you see that as well?
Listen, I'm bullish on the market in general. I'm bullish on the U.S. economy. Okay. I think it remains robust. I don't think it's out of control, but I am a little bit concerned that inflation, like everybody else, inflation is going to start to rear its ugly head, and we'll start to see that probably in the first quarter of the new year. And I think that's then what will cause people to, you know, stop for a minute, don't get so excited. Let's figure out what's going on with the economy, because ultimately it is the economy and how companies do that price stocks, not all the kind of noise around it.
And finally, the consumer's doing pretty well. You can't deny that.
Well, I guess we're going to find out, right? It's Christmas season, and they're doing all kinds of black sales, you know, big black sales starting next week, and they're trying to get everyone excited because, listen, I think there's 5 less shopping days this year between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and so they're really going to ramp it up. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're able to ramp it up enough to get the consumer to come out and spend. But I think consumers really want to spend on experiences more than they do stuff.
We shall see, my heavenly guiding light for these markets all these years. Kenny Polcari, keep it up. A saint in my eye and a good read of the markets as well, if you want to make money.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.